because it's true. Less than 8% of the people who work for the Obama administration have ever had a significant job in the private sector. 8%. The previous low water mark for private sector administrative experience was under Jimmy Carter at 30%. These people are significantly different than those people who live outside the Beltway. And it comes from their world view. And we encounter it day in and day out. But this isn't the first time our country's encountered what we have encountered. I read a book called The Forgotten Man about a revisionist history of the FDR era. And it was spookily similar to what's going on here, about how FDR would attack business interests, evil capitalists, corporatists. It's one of the reasons why our economy stalled during the Great Depression significantly differently than Europe. They pulled out of it quicker. But one of the reasons why was the ideology of the people who worked for FDR. One of them was a guy named Tugwell. Tugwell was a young zealot, ideological zealot, who in 1927, along with labor leaders and others, went over to the Soviet Union. And they literally sat for 6 hours at the foot of Stalin and kind of soaked in all this great collectivist ideas. And when they sat there, one of the ideas that really intrigued Tugwell was collectivist farms, the government running farms. And so when he went back to work for the governor of New York, FDR, and when he became president, he said, have at it. And he put Tugwell in charge of America's collectivist-run farms. One of them was called Casa Grande outside of Phoenix, Arizona. And everybody who worked at Casa Grande, at the government-run farm, was paid the same amount, $5 a day, from each according to their ability, to each according to their need type of thinking, the leveling of society. $5 a day. And there were 5 guys there who were in charge of milking cows. And I've never milked a cow. I understand it's really hard work. But 2 of them had a little bit of common sense. And they went up to, they realized that if they would get some automatic milking equipment, they could milk a lot more cows. So they went to the head of the collectivist farm, and they said, look, 2 guys can milk a lot more cows than 5 guys. We can produce more milk, make more money for the farm, and guess what happened to them? Gosh, you guys are smart. They got fired. You're absolutely right. They didn't get the memo. The purpose of government, apparently, is not to create wealth or prosperity or freedom or leave people alone. The purpose of government is to create jobs. So they got fired. But how is that?